Up next, we have a delicious sausage stuffed red bell pepper recipe found on page 44. Fresh herbs, cheese, and a perfect blend of Morton Seasonal seasoned salt bring this recipe to the forefront of cool weather comfort foods. Page 44. All right, up here in my skillet, I have some chopped onion, celery, and some oil. And we've just cooked that until the vegetables started to turn translucent again. We want those nice and tender. And to this, we're going to go ahead and put in 3 cloves of minced garlic. We're putting in the garlic after the vegetables have already been cooked because garlic cooks much faster than these other vegetables will. So if you were to put them all in at the same time, chances are the garlic would burn before the celery and onions were done. So wait a little bit to put that in when you're cooking recipes like this. While we're letting that heat up and letting that garlic start to caramelize, this recipe is brought to us by Morton Salt, and Morton Salt has this great sea salt available. It has a nice fine texture, measures just like table salt does, and it's perfect for cooking and baking. You can use it everywhere you would use table salt, and what I like to do with my Morton sea salt is use it on some of my favorite desserts. I'll sprinkle a little bit on top of apple crisp before it goes in the oven, a little pinch on top of an ice cream sundae, or my very favorite thing to do with the sea salt is sprinkle it on chocolate chip cookie dough right before the cookies go in the oven, and then when they come out, the extra salt that's on top of there mixed in with the chocolate inside the cookie just makes the chocolate seem so much better. So give it a try, put a little bit on your chocolate chip cookies next time you make them and see what you think, but I love it. Give it a try. Okay, so this is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put in 2 pounds of Italian sausage. You can use whatever your favorite sausage is if you like spicy or mild sausage. We've already cooked this sausage, so it's ready to go. But you can put it in here raw and cook it along with the vegetables if you'd prefer to do it that way. Okay, then we'll go ahead and add some breadcrumbs. We're using panko breadcrumbs. The Japanese breadcrumbs have a nice texture to them, a little bit bigger than regular breadcrumbs. We have a cup of cheddar cheese. And also have a cup of water. For the fresh herbs, we have some chopped rosemary and thyme. You can mince those up with your kitchen shears too, works really well. And then half a teaspoon of the Morton Seasonal seasoned salt. And the Seasonal seasoned salt is great because I don't know about you, but sometimes I run out, or I go out and buy all these seasonings and spices, and then by the time I get done using them, they're already like expired, like forever. So to get some great flavor, you can use the Seasonal because the Seasonal is a nice blend of several different spices. Add some pepper, paprika, chili pepper, and some other seasonings in there. No specific spice is overwhelming with the Seasonal, and each one complements the other without overpowering the intended flavor of the recipe. So you can use it in burgers, chicken, veggies, dips, snacks. And another nice thing is a lot of seasoning blends are high in sugar, but Seasonal is not, so you don't have to worry about that with the Seasonal. So you just have to look for that nice blue cap when you're in the spice aisle to find your Seasonal. Comes in several different sizes and varieties. You can get it in a pepper, garlic, or spicy flavor in addition to the regular one like we're using tonight. So we just put half a teaspoon of that here in with everything else. And we just want the cheese to melt down, and it's already starting to do that. So while that is continuing to melt, I think we should give away a prize. What do you think? Yeah? All right, that looks good. We'll go ahead and turn the heat off there. And get the red pepper ready. Now, how many of you have been out shopping for red peppers and you've noticed that some of them have 3 bumps on the bottom and some have 4? And you're like, is there a difference? Do I need to get one or the other? Well, there's a slight difference in these depending on what you're going to use them for. Those with 3 bumps on the bottom, like this one, tend to be a little bit sweeter and are better for snacking on. Those that have 4 bumps on the bottom tend to be a little bit more firm and are better for cooking with. So if you have a choice, go ahead and get the one depending on what you're going to use it for. If you don't have a choice, they are pretty interchangeable. There's not that much of a difference. So what you want to do, first of all, make sure it's going to stand up straight. If it's not, if it's a little weak, go ahead and cut a little bit off the bottom to make sure you have a nice flat surface. That'll work a little bit better. And then we're going to cut down probably almost an inch. And then clean out all of the seeds. And you want to keep this so that the stem is left on top there, because we're going to use that. You can put it on top for a garnish after it comes out of the oven. Okay, now depending on the size of your peppers, you may be able to get 6 or 8 stuffed bell peppers out of this amount of filling. Because some red peppers, you get them and they're twice this size, some of them are half this size. So it just kind of depends on what you get at the store that day. This one we would probably be able to get 6 or 7 stuffed peppers out of. So since I know I'm going to have some extra filling, what I'm going to do is spray the pan and then put some of this filling down in the bottom first with a lot of cheese. And we're going to let this cook along with the peppers, and you can serve it alongside it if you wanted. So it's a nice base for the peppers to sit on, and then go ahead and start filling them. Nice and full. Go ahead and go over the top a little bit. And then we have some cheddar cheese to go on top. So go ahead and put that on there, and then you want to take the top of the pepper, go ahead and set that alongside to bake, and then when it comes out of the oven, you'll want to set it on top. So we'll go ahead and get that in the oven, bakes at 350 for 25 minutes, and then we'll bring them back at the end of the show. There are your sausage stuffed red bell peppers. All right, that is the first half of the show. I'm going to take a 15-minute break. Sarah's going to start giving away some of these prizes up here like crazy.